Right, welcome back guys. Before we get going with the prep update and the video, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. There's a lot of you are still not subscribed to the channel and it would definitely help us out if you did. So hit the like button, subscribe and comment below with anything you want to cover. Now, prep update. Do you want to start with the prep update with where I am and where we are? Let's go.
So Kuba's obviously 2 weeks out from his first competition of the season, which will be in Alicante. It's actually called the Emperor Pro. You keep calling it the NPC European, but it's not. He did the NPC European in 2020. It's in the same place, but it is called the Emperor Pro. Obviously, the week after that, he will then go over to the Flex Weekend over in Milan. Kuba is currently the biggest that he's ever been at 2 weeks out. He's also the leanest that he's ever been at 2 weeks out. It's definitely the best look that he's ever had to date. I think it's been quite nice because this is the first prep that he's potentially not really had anyone else involved within, apart from both myself and Kuba, which has been quite nice, especially for me to be able to understand and learn things more so when it comes to male bodybuilding, that obviously then I can transfer over to utilise with my own clients.
Absolutely.
And being able, and obviously coaching more male clients now, I have a little bit more of an understanding to be able to help and support him. I definitely wasn't at a level the last time he competed to be able to do such a thing, but obviously Kuba does want to get someone a little bit more involved when he next goes into the off season, more so just so that he can switch off a little bit, because when you're deep into a competition prep, you don't have a mind. When you're 2 weeks out, when you're 4 weeks out, you don't have a mind. You don't have a mind probably until you're about 10 weeks per show. It's a very difficult process that not many people understand why you do it, because it is difficult. But if you actually really do enjoy it, that is why you do it. But back to Kuba. He looks the best. He's still performing very well in the gym, which is fantastic. He's not really gone to a point where he's a complete mute at home. He still does have an element of a personality, which is nice. I think it's probably been difficult for him because post-competition for me, I don't have much of a personality because as a female, it takes a long time for your hormones to come back. So that's probably been very difficult for him. It's definitely nicer when we do it all together than for it to be completely tied in. But he definitely looks the best that he ever has. Performance is good. The look is good. The look is very flat at the minute, like it really is. Yeah. I mean, if you don't have an eye for bodybuilding and you were to look at it, you'd probably think, oh, he looks a bit like withered and small and a little bit like saggy in places.
As a comparison, my lowest weight in 2022 was 220, I think.
Yeah, but
and
if I wasn't in
so
the picture,
far,
you would allow yourself to go down that far.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't allow myself to go down quite as far, but I hit my lowest. My lowest point now is at 231, and I'm leaner now than I was when I stepped on stage last year in 2022. So I would probably say I've added a good 12, 13 pounds of muscle.
Which is, if we look back to the feedback that was given after the Arnold's in 2022, it was add 15 to 20 pounds of muscle and then we'll be talking about first call-outs being competitive, which means that we probably do have an extra 3 to 7 pounds worth of severe muscle tissue to be talking about being in that kind of top 6 in a big in a big lineup. Yes, thank you. But we've got to remember we're a very realistic couple, and it's different for me. Like, female bodybuilding is very different. I'm not saying that it's not as competitive, but you don't find that there's going to be like 7 Olympians in one lineup for a figure show. Whereas
Emperor Classic is going to be.
If you go to any male bodybuilding show at the moment, especially since COVID's finished and there's less competitions per year, you are talking about the fact that there's at least going to be 5 Olympians or people that have the ability to go to the Olympia in those shows. So for Kuba at the Emperor to be able to come within maybe a top 10 would be a very, very, very good achievement. And Kuba's got a really long time left in bodybuilding. I do not. I'm a female. I can't do bodybuilding forever. Kuba can do it for a lot longer than me because the hormones that he puts in his body should have a lot of them anyway, whereas I should not.
Now, this year, the reason why I wanted to prep myself with help of Meg was two reasons. One, I wanted to prove a point that I can really nail a prep without having a coach. And two, I wanted Meg involved in a process so that she can actually upskill and develop as a coach herself, because she is coaching a lot of male clients now as well. So it's more of an ego thing for me to be able to say that I've done it. And I also know that Meg is getting to a point now with her coaching where she is having a lot of high standard athletes. So it's a win-win situation where I get to stroke my own ego by nailing a prep the way I want to and be able to do what I need to do without a coach. And obviously Meg being able to upskill, go through the process with me and help me along the way. She's been part of all the decision making and the process alongside of it. Now, the main reason why I've managed to stay in such a good spot throughout this prep is definitely planning and preparation. The prep has been mapped out meticulously, and the way I've executed the prep has been to the T from the start point to pretty much now, and it will be until the finish line. I think this is where most people get it wrong is one, they don't give themselves enough time for a contest prep. Two, they don't take diet breaks, they don't take deloads. They don't give themselves enough time to be able to back off. Whereas I started prep earlier to be able to actually have time to back off. And that's the main reason why I've been able to stay bigger, stay stronger, and still be able to perform pretty much as well as I did at the start of prep. I don't think I've actually lost barely any strength apart from certain push exercises, which you always lose strength just down to stability and loss of body weight, which isn't actually losing strength. But as a whole, within my program, within my logbook, I've probably lost about 5% of strength. And I think that's the main reason why I've been able to hold on to all the muscle tissue throughout this prep. And the way I've actually ran this prep, that's always how I will run preps, whether I've got a coach on board or not. And if I do get a coach on board after the show, it's definitely going to be more of a partnership rather than someone just telling me what to do. As I am definitely at a point now where I won't be able to just have someone tell me what to do. It's just, I think I'm too far gone with my own process and how long I've actually been doing it as well. But it will be nice to be able to switch off and focus on Meg and my clients in the business, because we're both coaches, right? And I coach Meg like I do any other client, and she knows that. And that allows her to switch off and just execute. And the best piece of advice I can give you guys is, if you want to be the best athlete that you physically can be, having a coach is extremely important in my opinion. This is why I coach Meg, she doesn't coach herself. The only reason why I wanted to coach myself this year was basically just to say that I can. And I do like a challenge as well. And to be honest, it has been very, very challenging and hard to do so. But at the same time, when we execute the way we do, and when we live the lifestyle the way we do with bodybuilding, there's not that much that can go wrong. So I think if you truly want to nail your prep, you need to nail down your daily routine. You need to nail down simple little things and you need to execute them well. Because one thing I say over and over again to a lot of clients is, it's not about how well you tick the boxes. Sorry, it's not just about ticking the boxes. It's all about how well you can tick those boxes. So simple little things, waking up on time, making sure your meal time is on point, making sure you hit your steps with accuracy, making sure that you hit your cardio with the effort that you need to, and most importantly, making sure that your training performance doesn't suffer due to having poor routine, poor sleep, and poor meal timing, and poor structure to your day. So I think everything's literally dictated by your lifestyle. And this is where I think bodybuilding is the hardest sport in the world, because there is no off button. There's no time to switch off. It's a lifestyle that you live 24/7. Little things like your sleep, stress management, your meal timing, your water intake, it all plays a massive role with your ability to either progress or regress. So these are little variables that both myself and Meg have really nailed down. And I think we're both very fortunate to be in the same mindset and be able to enjoy the lifestyle that we live, because it is a very, very boring lifestyle looking outside in. We do the same shit day in, day out, every single day. And our days are pretty much the same. It's like a mirror image. But if you want to be the best, if you want to be really progressing to the max of your capabilities and you want to reach your true potential, that is unfortunately what it takes. And this is what we're going to be honest. And this is the main reason why Meg has been able to make such great progress and win 2 pro shows. And this is the main reason why I've been able to make most progress I ever have done and bring my all-time best to the show and actually feel like a legit pro. So cannot wait, guys. This is a bit of a short 2-week out update. Current body weight, 231 pounds today, which isn't the heaviest, but I am pretty much ready in terms of condition and where I need to be. I'm definitely a lot leaner than I was last time and much, much bigger as well. So I can't wait to step on stage in 2 weeks. We've got a hard week to get through and then it's peak week. So we'll keep you posted. We'll get more videos coming. We'll get more vlogs and keep you all in the loop. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah.
Let's go.
If you want to have a great prep, you need to treat it like you're a natural.
Yeah.
Natural people take their time. They do not rush.
That's a huge point.
They're not bothered if they need to take 16 months off. They're not bothered if they have to take 10 months off. They're not bothered if they have to diet for 26 weeks because they break it down into phases. They do not rush. If you want to be successful as a bodybuilder, you need to adhere, yes, first and foremost. Secondly, you need to take your time. It takes a long time to build muscle, as a male or as a female. So if you want to be successful, learn from them because they get shredded. They make great progress. And if we can approach it in that sense rather than trying to rush the process and think about all the magical things that can happen, it won't get you where you want to be. You need to take your time, you need to persevere, you need to commit, and you need to adhere.
That's a great point, actually. And the main reason why we structure things like naturals do is because we actually coach a lot of natural athletes competitively. And this is the main reason why I think a lot of guys that are assisted fail to actually get in true contest condition, is because they don't give themselves enough time. They start the prep way out of shape. And unfortunately, people rely on assistance, whereas that should not be the case. It's called assistance for a reason. It shouldn't really play that much of a role. If more guys actually took the time, took longer preps like I have done, like you do, I think a lot of people would get much better results and better outcome. And that will be the topic of the next video, how to nail your contest prep. Guys, thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, share, and see you again soon. Take care. Say bye then.
Bye-bye.